Good evening. How's everybody doing this evening? Nice to see everybody. Thank you for stopping in the Basement Show. I am Mr. Nest, the founder and creator of the Basement Show. How's everybody doing tonight? Nice to see everybody. Thank you all for joining in on Tuesday night. As we know, it is called the Memories of Drago and Tink. But good evening, Mr. Troy. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us this fine evening, sir. Nice to see you. Um, Hope you had a good day. Hope you stayed warm. It is mighty cold outside. So about it says 23 degrees. Good evening, Cora. How are you both doing this fine evening? Thank you for opening chat. Nice to see you. Hope you both had a wonderful day. A safe day, as we always say here. Yeah, but welcome to Tuesday nights. Yeah. It's better than being viewed. Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, that is true. We just do what we do here, Mr. Evans. You know that, sir. Grim might be joining in a little bit. I'm not too sure. I know they had something to take care of today. So, if not, hey, you got me. So, that is okay. Sometimes, like we said, life is more important than the show. We try to keep our balance between doing the shows and making sure our stuff is good in their personal life. Everything is good. I know that they just had something they had to do this evening, which is okay. So I told them if we had to take the night off, I would run the show. They might jump in chat. They might just hang out and take the night, which is okay too. But we're going to wait a couple minutes, see who else wants to join in on the conversation, because I feel we could have a very good one tonight. So I'm just waiting to see who all wants to join in and say hello. Because I know people had messaged me earlier saying, hey, what time's the show starting? There she is. Hi, Jackie. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining in tonight. What did I miss? Nothing. Just a pleasantry. Good evening to everybody. Hope everyone had a good day, a safe day, a warm day. We didn't start yet. I was waiting for a couple minutes to see who else wanted to pop in tonight and join on the conversation. So you did not miss a thing. I waited just specifically to see you, Miss Jackie. So that is what we were waiting for this evening. So, I mean, there's 5 people watching. So I know Cora's here, Troy's here, I'm here, Jackie's here. Who is number 5? Don't be shy. Make your presence known. Say hello. Let me give you a shout out. You can ask anyone who watches our shows on a daily basis. If you are in chat and we don't see your name pop up at least once, we can't say that you were here. So the mystery person might want to keep a low profile, and that's okay. But we encourage you to join in on the conversation of all nights, Tuesday nights. Because anyone can tell you this conversation is very strong. It can get passionate. Miss Valerie, nice to see you. Thank you for joining in tonight. Welcome in. So, if there's a night that we want people to chime in, I would say it's Tuesday night. I know we do the more interactive shows later in the week and all, but like Tuesday, I feel like everyone can relate to it because lately we've been discussing a lot of stuff about life, the ups, the downs, the sideways, like the effects. And I actually have like a topic I want to start off the bat with tonight. I know I had mentioned it a couple weeks ago. I had that unexpected passing in my life. Everyone saw my post. And it's been weighing on my shoulders a lot since then. I mean, you're now looking at what, almost 2 weeks ago Sunday. that I found out. And like everyone like I've talked to says it's okay. You're allowed that grief. You're allowed that time to grieve. Like, but like I have my question to the chat before I go off on it. Like, when you lose somebody, does that thought linger with you? Like, do you just like see signs, or do you hear something? Do you see stuff that makes you just automatically think of that person? And like, what kind of reaction does your body give you? Like, is it like, okay, like I'm happy. Like, I see the signs that this person is sending me. It's a sign from above. Like, does it make you like feel happy? Does it bring that like the positive energy to you? Does it like make you like? Does it hurt even more knowing that that person's not here anymore? So you have to see the signs to keep that person alive. I feel you. Of course, says yes, first off. Sorry. I feel you. My friend passed away 12/13/24, and today she went on my line. That more than often. Today was hard for me. I was waiting for tonight. Act. Evening, Louie. Nice to see you joining us. But yeah, Jackie, like, I get that. Like, I mean, like, the last couple like days have been like, really rough for me. I mean, I don't post a lot on Facebook anymore. I keep it all, like, really close to me because, like, I don't want people to get that bad persona because, like, there was a time period in my life that people didn't want to talk to me because I was nothing but negative. So, like, I keep a lot of my personal stuff off Facebook anymore. I still think about my friend that passed away. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you have to, like, you have to give that your time that chance too. So, like, it makes it harder because you don't know how to come to grips with it. Like, we know we lost Adrian Hope and we missed him every single day. Like, they're fresh on our minds, but like, there's other people that were fresh on our minds every day as well. Like, I hate to say it, it's hard losing someone. That is true. It is. It really is. Like, and the grief of it, well, whether you can be able to express it, at times you can't express it because you don't know how to put it into words. Like, it's hard. Like, there's a certain song that comes on the radio. I hear it sometimes at work. I hear it in my car because on my playlist that now I just tied in with the person I lost. And it just like the last couple weeks, like hearing that song, like I catch myself on the verge of a breakdown. As scary as that is. I get it. I feel like the memories have been stronger in the last few days for me, especially today. No, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, silent grief is still grief. I just lost a cousin yesterday. He had cancer. My condolences, Cora. It's never easy losing anyone, especially to the awful C word. I don't like that word. A lot of people don't like that word. So, my sincere condolences. I am sorry to hear about your loss. It is not easy. I had a couple people I lost to cancer. I hate that word. I know a lot of people hate it as well. Cancer sucks. There's no ends, if, buts, ors about it. Cancer just sucks. I mean, I had my aunt. I lost my aunt in 2007 to stomach cancer, like pancreatic cancer, and it's horrible. It makes it harder watching that person just go because you know there's nothing really you can do. I mean, at that point, you just want to make sure that person's comfortable, keep the positive vibes going, and so forth. I mean, I had an uncle that I lost of throat cancer back in 2007. I mean, it's not easy, and like you just watch that person over time, like they're in so much pain, like you just wish you could just take their pain away. Especially when it comes to cancer, it's just not fun. It's hard. So I mean, Yeah, that's why they always say the big C sucks, because it does. Because unfortunately, when it comes to cancer, there's nothing we can really do. Like, we can't take the pain away from them. It's just hard. I mean, that's what happened to my friend I'm talking about. It spread so fast, and watching her transition was hard. But I'm happy I got to say goodbye. And saying goodbye is a wonderful thing. I mean, that is a beautiful thing. To be able to say goodbye to someone that you love, you care about, is awesome. I didn't have that luxury. It was this recent one. I didn't get to say goodbye because I hadn't talked to that person in years. And then, like, you just hear her passing, and it just floods your memory. I mean, it's just hard. I mean, grief as a whole is hard. But, like, not being able to say goodbye to somebody is devastating. My father in 2019, he he lived in Colorado. I got the phone call saying, "Hey, you might want to get out of here." So I jumped on a plane as fast as I could. I got out as quick as I could. Like, being able to say goodbye helps. Absolutely, it surely does. It gives you that precursor that you know what to expect when that time does come. But, like, not being able to say goodbye, uh, that's the hardest. I mean, everyone knows about my cousin that I make it. I missed it by 40. I think they said I missed it by 35 minutes. He passed away around quarter after 9, 9:20 Mountain Time. I landed around 9:55, 10 o'clock. Like, I remember just getting to the airport, not knowing because your phone's off and all that stuff. Like, your mindset is like, okay, I'm here. Get me off this plane. I gotta go. I got somewhere. I gotta go. I gotta go. And then, unfortunately, my aunt, my cousin, and a couple of other family members picked me up at the airport. And sadly, I didn't make it. But, like, he held on to that hope, knowing that, hey, my son's on his way. My son's in the air. My son's coming. I'm gonna try to hold on. Exactly. And that's what I hold on to. And Kelsey would tell you that as well in chat if she was in here right now. He knew I was coming. He held on as long as he could. And I did get to say my goodbyes. After, like, unfortunately, he did pass away, so I didn't get to physically talk to him and say goodbye. But, like, they let me say goodbye before they rolled him out of the room. And everyone who knows that is just weird. It was really hard for me when my mom passed. Oh, any immediate family members, close living relatives, best friends, it all is very hard. I mean, I remember May 8th finding out about the fire. I mean, I broke down. I was inconceivable. Like, knowing the fact that AJ lost life and Hope and Shannon were fighting, I was just beyond consolable. I mean, I've known Shannon since we were in third grade, and then I was there when AJ was born. So, I mean, I crumbled. I tried to go to work that day, and I left within a half hour. I could not be on my feet. And then trying to talk to my parents about it, you can't get the words out. You don't know how to express it. Like, everyone knows me as the emotional one. That's why I feel like I'm left out of the loop on a lot of things because they know how I get. They see my reactions. They see the compassion and the feeling that come out of me. So I feel like I'm withheld a lot of information when it comes to that type of stuff because they don't want to upset me, which I get. Is it right? No. Is it wrong? Yes. Because, like, people need that chance to be able to express themselves. Like, I lost my aunt in 07 and my uncle in 2011. and they were like a second set of parents. So, like, I thought very highly of them. I had went to the funeral and the viewings and stuff. I literally had sunglasses on for 48 hours straight. I slept with sunglasses on. I was seen at the funeral home, at the funeral with them. I did not want people to see my eyes. And over that course of those 2 days, you would think I had been on like Mars or something. My eyes were so dry and puffy from the emotion that like people were like they were shocked because like there was nothing in my eyes. My eyes were like puffy, like unbelievable. Because I couldn't come to grips with it. And to this day, like I lose someone close to my heart, like I'll shut down mentally, physically. I will shut down. It is not pretty. And like those who know me feel for it because like my words get mumbled, my speech gets like really hard to understand. It's just not fun. So like, how does everybody else react to it? Like, do you break down? Do you have that feeling like you can't be consoled? Like, Gary, nice to see you. But like, how does like I don't know how much you've been listening here. I don't know if you just jumped in or not, but we're having a pretty heart to heart conversation just about like losing people and like how you feel about it. Like, what's your first reaction when you hear someone's passing? Like, do you crumble? Do you like get upset that you couldn't say your goodbyes? Were you able to say your goodbyes? Like that type of stuff. I mean, it's like a full circle moment. Like you know that person's at ease and at peace, but at the same time, like you're not because you just lost a big piece of your life. So like, of course, that's very hard for me when my mom passed. Like, put yourself in Cora's shoes. Like now she has to say goodbye to her mother. Like that's the lady who raised her. Like how do you feel about that? Like does it hurt? I'm like you. I can't. I cannot stop crying. Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people like that, and some people think it's bad to do that. Like, oh, you have to stay strong. That person wants you to stay strong, but they don't know how you feel. I crumble every time. It takes some time, but it never gets easier. No, it doesn't. Because then, like, you celebrate the big moments in your life, and that person should be here celebrating with you. Like Jackie, like I'm sure she feels that way. Like losing your best friend, but then something big happens in your life. You wish that best friend was still here with you. Like spiritually, she is, but physically, she's not. Like just people I think about when the Eagles just won the Super Bowl, who I wish were here to see it. They're here mentally, they're in my heart. I feel like you really can never prepare yourself for a loss. Everyone's feelings are different through things. Absolutely. Because yes, we hold their spirit, we hold their love close to our heart. Like they never leave by our side. I lost my grandma 3 years ago. I'm still grieving today. It's hard. Yeah, and it's a silent grief. It's a grief that no one sees, no one feels, other than yourself. So you ask yourself, like, okay, how do I make today better? How can I get myself mentally through this day, knowing they're not here? Like my, I use my aunt and uncle a lot because that's like the biggest example I can give you. I wish my friend was here because we go and see Barry together. See, and that like something that you would cherish. That's memories that you had with that person that only you and that person shared. So like you can catch me up at a cemetery 3 days a year. April 25th, August 14th, and October 4th. October 4th is my aunt's birthday. August 14th is my uncles, and then April 25th is their wedding anniversary. Unfortunately, life is not guaranteed, so it's very important you appreciate your loved ones and friends today and always. Gary, that is an awesome comment. That is a great comment, because it is spot on. I'm gonna actually leave that up so people can see it. Can't see it in chat. That I could not have said that any better. I mean, they always say today isn't tomorrow is never guaranteed. That's what they always say. For example, I lost a few family members through drug addiction. Some people were not understanding or felt they're and that's understandable, but some people feel differently. You know, yeah, absolutely. I totally get that. My friend and I would do a lot of things together, and now like you feel like that weight's on your shoulders, Cora, to keep it going. Like you got to keep that tradition going. Like, hey, this person would want me to do this. I'm gonna go out and do it. But like with people with drug addiction, it's like there's certain people that don't understand that. Like that's their choice. They made that choice. They wanted to do that. Yes, it is. But at the same time, there's people who are fighting drug addictions sometimes reach out for help. And they want that help. There's other people who don't. But there's people that reach out and that want that help. And like I had said last week, like you can't turn your shoulder on them. Because too many times we let these people just go. Mr. Nasty, hi Spawn. But like you gotta help everybody. There's some people, yes, we unfortunately cannot help it, and we can't help them get through their hard times in life. We can try our damnedest. We really can. But by just turning a shoulder on them and saying, oh, they're life useless anyway, they're just gonna. That's not what you have to do. And like the more I thought about it the last couple of weeks, the more I fucked up. And that's why, like, I've been finding myself a lot the last almost 2 weeks trying to make amends with everybody. That's why you always hear this saying. I will play this saying over and over because it is the dead honest truth.
He taught me, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
Because it's a spot on comment. Because your friends are going to be close no matter what. But there's true enemies, the ones that we're not supposed to be friendly with anymore in life anymore. Like, that's the one we need to keep closer. Going to election day. Got 2 doctor's appointments tomorrow. One of them, I think, Mr. Groom is taking me too. Please pray for me. You got it, Steph. Send well wishes to Spawn. But it's just not like everyone knows me as a lucky go guy. Like you can't shut people out. I mean, it's just, and like Jackie agreed with me. Like you can't turn your shoulder on those in need of help. You may not agree with what they do, their actions that they may cause, but they're still a human being. We're all humans. We all have our flaws. We all have our things that people like about it. But at the end of the day, we are all the same. We are all human. And one way or another, we are all a human being living a life. Our lives are all different. Everybody has a different course of life. But we're all living. We're all breathing. We're all looking in front of us and seeing what's in store for us. So, I mean, if anyone has anything to add, please feel free. I mean, it's just like the silent grief has gotten to me really bad the last couple of weeks. I mean, and sometimes you do need to talk about things instead of okay, cool. It's for my blood pressure. See if I no longer need the medication. I feel it's laying on you a little heavy because of maybe how it ended. Not going to say too much, but it's normal and it's okay to hurt. You know you have a great support system. Remember that. I do, and that's what pushes me through it. That's why I try to keep in touch with family because you never know. That is also very true. You never know. I mean, not to skeeve anybody out. My uncle had a brain aneurysm and just hit the cement and he was dead. I mean, you just never know when it's your time. And it's hard. We can try to, you, only you can, I guess, maybe mentally prepare for your own death, but there's people around you that can't prepare for it. They don't know how to react. Because maybe they missed a sign or you didn't say anything out loud. Like, maybe I'm that's so random, and that's I mean, it is, Jackie. It is very random. Like my other uncle that passed away this past August. He went to sleep like a normal human being. Said he loved you to my aunt when he went to bed and had a heart attack in his sleep. Never woke up. So like you don't like only certain people like only the man upstairs. I don't want to get religious, but only the man upstairs knows when it's your time, and that's sad. Because I'm not trying to freak anybody out, but something could happen to me tomorrow or after this show, and like you're left with the answers of why, like why now, what happened, like why him, why her, because you just don't know. Not to be absurd, but life insurance is a beautiful thing because that will help those people in the long run, Lori. They help, but a lot. So getting life insurance is actually very important. That's nothing to be absurd about. But getting life insurance now will only help those people down the road. Silent grief is so hard. I've been doing it for 2 years now. After a while, it creeps up on you. That's what happened back in November. That's why I had a bad mental breakdown and I couldn't get it under control for months. So, and from November to about January, I was kept thinking about something was wrong and it wasn't going to make it much longer. Mr. Nash, you know that how many times I kept texting you something is wrong with you? Yes. And sometimes you have to let it out. Because if not, it's just gonna eat you alive. And it's not gonna be pretty. We we were born to die, sorry if that's not allowed, but that's the truth. So try and live life to the fullest, and the ones that choose that close to you, live them while you can. Yes, there's nothing wrong with that. Like Grimm said that on his show before. One day we were all born, but we were also all guaranteed one day we're going to die, and that is the dead honest truth. And you don't know when that day that you are going to pass is going to come. So that's why, yes, they always say live life to the fullest because you just never know. Welcome back, Troy. I mean, there, there's nothing wrong with talking out your problems. Because if not, they just eat you on the inside. You like don't know how to go about your business. Like my friend, I don't want to freak anyone out, but I have my grades now. I have to get a new wall, and there's nothing wrong. Lloyd, sorry, Cora. Cora, pre-planning is a beautiful thing. Again, you don't know when your time is. Like hypothetically, say I pass away tonight, everyone's fucked. I don't have a will. I don't have any grave sites. I don't have a beneficiary of my 401k. Like, you don't think about these things, but there's a time in your life when you have to think about these things. So, like, it's unfortunate to, like, say it like that, but it is the dead honest truth because you don't know how to mentally prepare yourself. Like, I'm 38 years old. I don't think about that, but I know that day's going to sneak up on me that it's going to happen. So, like, pre-planning can be a very good thing to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. Those who have passed away try to do something that honors them. Yes, that is true. So, like, I'm sure, like Cora had mentioned about her and her friend going to see Barry Manilow together. She'll be going to a concert. She'll be thinking of her friend that night. I'm sure there's something Jackie does that makes her think of her friend that passed away. I mean, whether it's like a physical activity or if you know something that person liked. I listen to music I know somebody liked. Does it make me think of them? Yes. But you're honoring them because now you're passing it on. You're living your life through your life. So there's multiple ways of doing that. And it just, but it's never easy because, like, you want so hard to have that person still in your life physically. They're there mentally, they're here wholeheartedly in your heart, but you want them next to you. You want to be laughing side by side with that person. Like, we did this, we did that. Like, that's what you want. Zayden's middle name is on my grandfather and AJ Elena middle home. Yes, naming kids after people helps too. Because you then, like, you when you yell at somebody, you're thinking that you're talking to somebody else, but you're really not. But, like, just like a name, like, I know my parents fought over my name because my father wanted Joseph Canasta IV, while my mom wanted John Charles after her dad, and they couldn't agree to it, so they came up with John Joseph. Yeah. So I mean, naming somebody after somebody, well, it hurt a little bit at first, absolutely, and it hurts even more because now that person's always going to remind you of that person that's no longer here. Like, knowing I have Joseph as my middle name, I always think of my father, and my grandfather's name was John, so now that's a double whammy. John Joseph. I mean, hey, less my grandfather's name and my John Joseph. That's nice. That goes together. Yeah, I mean, John was my grandfather's name, and Joseph was my father's name and my grandfather's name. So I would have been Joseph Canessa IV. So, like, it all has ties. And then my, not to again be religious, but my confirmation name is Robert, John Joseph Robert. And Robert is my stepdad's name, my dad, the one who's raised me since I was 3 years old. So to me, he's dad. So all three of my first, middle, and confirmation name all have that importance. So if you think about it, I'll put it in the chat for everyone as myself. Let me just finish this comment real quick. That is literally my full name. So, like I said, John is my grandfather's name, my mom's dad. Then you got Joseph, which is my biological father's name, and my grandfather's name on my father's side. Robert is my dad's name, and then that is my father's family's last name, which I'm the last one with that last name. So, yeah, with Elena, I always think about Hope because the stuff she does reminds me of her. When I found out when Hope found out I was pregnant with a girl, she was so excited to have a niece. She sat in my lap, hugged on, saying, "Sissy, you really have to go." That day lives in my mind forever, and it always will. It always will, Steph. And that's memories that we will always remember. That made a difference in who we are as a person in our life, so that memory will always linger with you. My full name is Troy Clayton Evans. Now, Troy, where does Clayton come in on your family? Is that your father's name? Is that a grandfather's name? Like, how did they decide your middle name? That's what I'm asking. I was named after my dad's mom. See, a family member. So like, you're keeping that name alive, Uh, just like AJ Alan John Malls. He's keeping his dad's name around, and he's keeping his grandfather's name around. So I mean, all names tie in one way or another. If not, they build their own legacy, and then when their time comes to have kids, they're gonna keep that legacy out. Seth Rose, Renee comes from my mom. Me, my mom, and Aunt Marie have Renee. Just like a lot of people, all my sisters, even the sisters that never knew each other till my parents got together, all have the middle name Marie. So I'm named my oldest daughter with the grandmother's name and her names. There you go. Again, it all filters in keeping somebody's name alive because we know that person's no longer here. So say I was to have a kid right now. Hey, I'm Marie. See, all three of my sisters have that middle name: Sarah Marie, Samantha Marie, Nicolette Marie. It's very common, but when you look back at it, like it was a very popular name back then. Like my dad's mom was Marie, so my dad's mom would have been AJ's great grandmom. All my kids are named after people: Zayden, John, Raiden, Henry, Roman. Yeah, they because you think of that person. Like I said, if I was to have a kid right now, I'd probably go maybe like a Joseph Theodore or Theodore Joseph. I mean, that way, hey, my uncle and my father. Or you could do like a Robert Joseph after my dad and my father. I mean, you want to keep that family members around no matter what you have to do. And 9 out of 10 times, the best way to do it is by keeping a name in the family. Hence why, like I said, my father wanted Joseph Kenneth IV. It's a generational thing that goes all the way back to my great grandfather, his dad, my father, then it would have been me. I mean, but after a while, it's like, oh, Henry the Great, the 16th. Like, how many times can you name someone Henry? You carry your dad's last name. I carry my biological father's last name. My dad's last name is Payne, Bayne. My biological father's last name is Canast. Canast, whatever. However people want to say it, the K is silent, but so I keep my father's side of the name. I always asked about it because when you're growing up and you realize, hey, like, why is her last name different than mine? You're kind of curious. My one brother was named after dad's father. Okay. Alex is named after our Uncle Jim. Alex is Alexander Gordon Moores. So yeah, again, tied in with a family member. They all names have this like tie to it. So I mean, it's crazy, but like, it's how people do it. The Nash liquor store always wondered. There was two of them. So I will address this real quick. She's always wondered. So there's two of them. Well, there was two of them, I should say. The main one was over in Riverside, over on Taylor Street. That one was owned by my grandfather, There is one in Riverside, yes. That was my grandfather's. So that was my father's business. He was shot in a holdup back in 1986, a month before I was born. And when he passed away, his second wife took it over. And then she just ran it into the ground. So unfortunately, the one in Riverside closed down. Now, fast forward, yes, there is one in Pennsauken over on Maple Avenue. It used to be right across the street from the CBS, next to that pizzeria and stuff like that. For the longest time, that was owned by my Uncle Anthony. My Uncle Tony, they called him. Then he sold it. But the new owners decided to keep the name. So yes, I do have affiliation to it. I will never see any inheritance from it. But yes, that was associated with my father's side of the family. And in some way kind of still is. I'm not gonna go downstairs and grab it because I want to make you guys wait. I'll bring it up next Tuesday. I actually have a bottle of club soda that was bottled by my grandfather back in the 60s that has never been opened. Let me see if I can actually find a picture and I'll send it to myself. Hold on. All right, so you have it. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Now I have a picture of it on my phone somewhere. Hold on. I have so many pictures on my phone. And none of them are organized, per usual. That's okay. So let's see. We'll send a couple different ones. Okay. Send. Perfect. So I'm going to pull up a couple pictures so people can see. Okay. Me just download them real quick so I can make them a little bigger for you. All right, here we go. So here is number one. Every time I buy it, you pop in my head. Family history is very interesting and important. Absolutely. Especially when you don't know much about that family to begin with. So, there you go. Now I'm going to pop in these in and out just so people don't get confused. Because unfortunately, I didn't save them the way I wanted to, but that is okay. So this is number one. This is a bottle of, like I said, club soda that was bottled by my grandfather in Riverside. It's never been opened. It is still sealed airtight, shut. I would never open it. Because if I open it, it will probably either A, burst the bottle, and I will be devastated and heartbroken, or two, would probably stink out my house. But yes, that is club soda. So let's shrink this down unless I can just go over. Nope, of course not. That doesn't work the way I want it. So that is one. Okay. Oh, wait. Hold on. Downloads. Okay, here we go. There we go. Now I can do it. So as you see, bottled by Nash Beverages, Riverside, and it contains 30 ounces. So that is a 30-ounce bottle of club soda from back in the 60s. Other way. So this is the newspaper article that I was sent. Well, I was given to actually. This is the day of the shooting with my grandfather. This is at the store in Riverside. And you have a better picture of it, but that is my biological father. That is my mother. That's my grandma Dot. And I believe this is one of the 3 people that they were questioning for the shooting. But yes, that is a newspaper clipping from 1986. And I always wished that I could get my hand on this. There's not many of those left, if there is any of them left at all. Wow, did he pass in the story? No, he wind up surviving somehow. As crazy as it sounds, he did survive. He wind up having his vertebrae completely shattered because he was shot close range in the back with a shotgun round. Hi from the Grims who are in the massive food coma. Hello, Miss Grimm, Mr. Grimm. Nice to see you. We're just talking family history tonight. Silent grief, all that fun stuff. So if you guys want to listen in, chime in on the conversation. Right now, we're just talking about my grandfather's incident back in 1986. Because people had been asking about the nasty liquor stores. So, I mean, thank you for stopping in, chat. I mean, hope the coma doesn't last long, but I get it. So, but yeah, there's the date, December 9th, 1986. So right around your birthday, Jack. I'm not mistaken, you're December, don't tell me, 11th? We're driving home now. Take your time. Listen in to the show, and if you have anything you would like to add, feel free. But Jackie, remind me, your birthday is December something. I know that. I just can't remember off the top of my head what day exactly. December 6th. So there you go. That's happening 3 days after you turn 1 year old. And like I said, a little blurry. I apologize, but that is my father, Joseph Knast, and that is my mother. And you can't really tell because it's a blurry photo, but she is pregnant with me. But yes, the story of Nast Liquors. And the crazy part is they all got off because all 3 people who were involved in the shooting that day all pleaded insanity. As crazy as that sounds. So they reached some type of plea agreement and they got it all. They all got off. Yeah. I actually still have this encased in a frame. So, I mean, it's just crazy. But yeah, see, Joseph Knast III. So if my father got his way, like I said, I would have been Joseph Knast IV. So yeah, that is a little bit of the Nast family history for you. I mean, it's crazy to think, but no matter what way you look at it, all our families, some way or another, rather if they came over on a boat, they migrated over, all our families have some sort of history. Now, it's up to us to pick it up. Luckily enough, I was sent that right around the time I started talking to my father in 2010. So, I mean, up to that point, like, you just carry a last name. You really don't know any heritage or anything like that. Other than, hey, your parents got separated at a very young age. You went with your mother, your father went another direction. That's all they tell you. That's all I knew, honestly, until I was about 24 years old. I didn't know the Nast side of my family. I was always curious. And then if Kelsey's pops in chat tonight, she'll tell you. She reached out to me. And I thought it was a scam. My mother was from Czechoslovakia. There you go. When you met your biological father, how was your relationship? Well, at first it was a little rocky. Because, again, you don't know this person for 24, 25 years of your life. And you always hear mixed stories. So you don't know how to react. But, like, we hit it off. I mean, we turned heads in the room the first time we ever met. Because people were just shocked by it. They said, wow, that's like a spinning image of Joe. Like when you take the time to actually like look at it and stuff, it's like holy shit, like that is father and son. Like, see if I can find a picture of the two of us together. Let's see. Hold on, bear with me. Because again, like you don't know how people are going to respond to it. Let's see. I know I have a picture somewhere. Hold on. Not that one. Hold on. I know I have one here somewhere. Hold on. Think I'm getting closer. Maybe. Nope. I know I have one of us somewhere the first day we met. Where was that picture? I know I have it. I have to have it somewhere. No, it's in here? Nope. I know I have it somewhere. Where's this picture at? Why can I not find this photo tonight? Did you post it maybe? I know my aunt may have it. My one side of my grandparents were from Italy. There you go. I think some of my family came from Poland. I want to say Poland. I'm not sure though. Why can I not find this photo? It's a scary photo too. That's the crazy part. I wish I had met my half brother. I got to meet his wife, and she, yeah. I mean, you don't know how you're going to react to certain people the first time you meet them. I mean, that's the dead honest truth. What else would that be? I know it's here somewhere. I'm sorry. I thought I should have prepared this a little bit more. Watching a commercial for your job. Let me guess, Hot Zone, huh? As the commercial they've been running a lot lately, the Hot Zone stuff. Let's see. I know I have one somewhere. Yeah. There you go. I'll pull this one up so people can kind of chuckle a little bit. This was the first picture I was ever given. That is Baby Johnny. That's my father, and that is me he is holding. So, I mean, I don't know exactly how old I was, but yes, that is my biological father holding me. Louis said, "Oh." I mean, crazy to think, but yes. There's me and him back in 26. Tiny, yes. As me and him again, I had flew out to Colorado to surprise him for his birthday the 1 year. He had no idea I was coming, so a little bit older. I mean, that was 2016. Yeah, like I said, absolutely no idea I was coming out to surprise him, so I'm gonna shoot him back a little bit. But yeah, that's one of the side by side photos that we have, and like there's no questioning that I am his blood. As as crazy as that is, I mean, the eyes are there, you got your lips, nose. I mean, our body language is the same. I sound like him apparently, so I mean, yeah, scary, ain't it? And like I said, the first time we m- met the met each other was like I said 2010, and it's just almost like looking at like a mirror effect. It was kind of scary. I mean, but yes, that is me and my father. We were at Colorado Mammoth, which my cousin here should be obsessed with because that is the Colorado indoor lacrosse team. But yes, that is me and Joe. Yes, I have that one framed as well. So that's Kelsey in the middle of us, and that's the first time I was ever out in Colorado. That was back in June of 2012. Yeah, bought me a Rockies jersey, so we all went to the game together. We had a lot of fun. So I mean, and it's like I said, memories like this that you just hold on to forever because like it's where you came from. So I mean, I'm don't know about next year, but like I'm hoping 1 year to actually go out and spend some holidays out there in Colorado with my aunt and my cousin and stuff like that. And like because like you always spend holidays with your family around here, but you have another family that lives across country. Like you want to sort of like spending as much time as you can with them, making those memories like what me and Kelsey always do. And we support each other left and right, and it's just great. I mean, so I mean, yeah. Again, if you just look at the eyes, the nose, I mean, that's good. We were this moment I was just being a goofball and making fun of him, but there you go. This is the first time we ever met. This was the first night me and Joe physically ever met in person. And this is what people got. This is what people saw. They were like, "Oh my god, like this is nuts." Like it's scary when you honestly really sit down and look at it. Like two people who have never met each other a day in their lives. And it's like a mirror effect. Like, I wish I could tag Kelsey. She might be busy unpacking. Let's tag her in the comments. See if she'll jump in chat. I'm gonna tag Kelsey. See if she'll jump in and join us in chat. She might be, like I said, busy, but it can't hurt to try. You both look happy. Yeah, yeah. Well, that is a great picture. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, I mean, like I said, wow, yeah, it's and like I said, that is the first time me and my father actually ever physically met in person together. Yes, we talked on Skype plenty of times before and so forth like that, but like, that's the first time we were ever in the same room together. And someone snapped this photo, and it's just like, holy shit! Like, it's bizarre. Like I said, I'm trying to get my cousin Kelsey to jump in. Like I said, she might be a little busy tonight. I know the middle of the month is normally tough for her, but must have felt strange. In some ways, it did, yes. Because again, you have this last name your whole entire life, and you don't know anything about it. You don't know where, like, anything about that side of your family. This one was in 2010. So, I mean, this was 15 years ago. So, 15 years ago, I would have been 23. Oh, damn. But, like, like I said, I wish Kelsey was able to jump in and chat with me for a couple minutes. But, like, she messaged me, and her maiden name is Smith. So, like, you get a message from someone with the last name Smith, like, you're saying, "Oh, we're family, blah blah blah." Your first initial thought is, "This is a scam." Like, how many people we know have the last name Smith? I'll put in his pictures back up in a second, but like, how many people like do we know that have the last name Smith? Like, this can't be right. Did you know about him through your childhood or find out as an adult? I got bits and pieces as a kid. I got tad bit information, but I found out the most when I was in my early 20s, 24, 23, 24. Like I said, Kelsey had messaged me saying, "Hey, I'm your cousin from Colorado. I'm on your father's side, Joe," like, stuff like this. Like, you think it's a scam. Like, you hear about the name, like, you know your father's name on it, but you don't put a picture to it. Then she had said something, "Oh, my mother is Sharon, blah blah blah." So I go home. I remember asking my mom. I got, "Mom, can I ask you a question?" She says, "Sure." I was like, "Do you know a Sharon can ask Smith?" And my mom's jaw literally fell to the floor. So, like, one of the, like, shocking reactions. Say, "That's your father's sister. Why?" Like, now she's puzzled, like, kind of questioning, like, okay, like, who messaged you? Like, where did that name come from all of a sudden? I've never heard you say that date in your life. So I explained it to her, and turns out it wasn't a hoax. And me and Kelsey started talking on Skype. We video chatted because Skype was the big thing back then. We didn't have Zoom, StreamYard, anything like that. So, like, you use Skype to do video calls. And I just remember the first time me and her sat on a video call together, and she's like, "Hold on, I got somebody that wants to meet you." So she turned to her camera, and there's Joe. And that was the first time I literally saw him on a Skype call. Then my aunt unfortunately passed away, so they drove from Colorado to New Jersey for the services, and I met up with them. And yeah, that's how I got to meet that side of my family. Spawn back, I had to jump off real quick. My parents dropped off. Move juice for move. All good. Welcome back. Yeah, I mean, the first time you meet someone that you never, you hear stories about, and you finally meet them for the first time, it kind of throws you for a loop. So, I mean, I'm happy I got the 9 years with him. I mean, it sucks. I wish he was still here, but like, having these pictures and memories, I mean, are important. So as much milk as she drinks, I need to buy some cow. Yeah, you might, Steph. You never know. I was just showing a picture of this. This is me and my biological father back in 2010, the first time we ever met. So we're just reminiscing about some of my father, how I got to know him, that side of the family, and all that. So yeah, we're just chit chatting about that stuff. So feel free to ask any questions you may have. But yeah, that's a cat. Don't need that. And I pointed this one out because people would look at this one, and like, this was back in 2017, but like, it's a spinning image. I learned about my half brother after my dad passed, and that's another reality. Sometimes we do not know about a family member till after the fact. And it's like, why did you keep this from me? Why are you withholding this from me? And people always say, "Oh, well, I didn't want to get you hurt. I don't want to hurt your feelings." But at the same concept, you are hurting that person because you're keeping that them from knowing who they came from or their heritage. So like I'm gonna go back up real quick. One side of one side of grandparents were from Italy. So I'm gonna ask this question to Lori since she had put this. I don't know if Lori's still in chat, but Lori, did you get to meet those grandparents? The ones that came over from Italy. Were you able to meet them, or did you find out after the fact? Like obviously Gary's mother came from Slovakia, so he knew plenty of his mom. So I mean, I didn't get to meet my bio mom. She left when I was 2 and passed when I was 15. And see, that sucks. That leaves a void. That's like one of those things that we cannot predict. Like we can't ever bring ourselves to. It's like this person brought us into our, my life. This person gave me life, and I never got a chance to meet her. She left when I was too little to comprehend it, and then unfortunately she passed away before I was ready. I never got to meet my dad's mom, but my dad always told us she wasn't a good woman, so she kept us away from her. And sometimes people do that. I mean, I get keeping people away from those toxic relationships because you don't know what that person's going to do. Like, my father wanted me to stay with him, so he took me from my mother. He took me from my mother. And my mom threatened, "Look, Joe, you take my son out of the state, I am going to press charges." So he left me behind. So he left. But like you always get two sides to every story. You hear the good things, you hear the bad things. But the way you have to judge it is be one for yourself. Oh yeah, I was with them a lot. I was fortunate, and that's awesome. So you got stories from their time. You got to make memories with them when you were old enough to make memories, and that's how I look at it with my father. Yeah, him and my mom may never have seen eye to eye. The marriage maybe have only lasted a very short time, but like you don't know what broke that marriage apart. Was it you coming in this world? Did you drive your parents to get a divorce? You never know, because sometimes people will have kids and it just doesn't work out. So they okay, like, but at the end of the day, like I'm happy I got to meet my father and got to see where I come from. Like, and I'm still learning about that side of the family. So I mean, we don't meet everyone. Now you're filling in on stories. So right, I got two different sides and it sucked. Yeah, that's how it always is. Only grandparents I had on my dad's side is Pop, Mom, and Nana. Yeah, I mean, the only grandparents I ever physically remember meeting are my mom's parents. My grandmother's still around. She's 80 to this day. She's kicking ass. She'll be 81 in June. Sorry. She'll be 81 years old in June. She's still kicking strong. My grandfather, unfortunately, passed away back in 2021 at 84. But, like, I was around them most of my life, too. They gravitated more towards my sisters than they did me, which I don't hold them for because I had my aunt and uncle. But, like, now that you're older, like, you build that relationship with them, and it's something that you always cherish, you always remember. And my mom's side, I have her mom and dad. That's my other grandmother passed away 9 years ago, but I am fortunate to have Shannon's parents as grandparents and my stepmom, my stepdad mom as a grandmother. Yeah, like like you're fortunate enough. Everyone's fortunate enough that people have taken the time to get to know who we are. They're intrigued to know who we are. It may take a little bit in life, may be later than we expected, but we still get that chance to know where we came from or what, like how the two sides of the family came together as one, or why something like a marriage split up. Like you always have these what if questions, and until you can actually physically ask yourself, you're always left wondering, and it's hard. Yeah, Kelsey's not even on tonight. Damn. And then being married, I gain more grandparents, more aunts, and more uncles. Yeah, I mean, marriage does that because now you're bringing a whole other side of the family together, and I gain more parents. Yeah, I mean, I I know some people like I've known some people in my life long enough that I could call their mom. Like my best friend Liz, I've known her since kindergarten. I've known her mom since I was little Johnny, like 6-year-old Johnny. Like we grow up, I sometimes call her mom. I mean, other than that, like it's Mr. or Mrs. or my dad's side. As of now, I have only a living father, 2 living brothers, 1 sister. All grandparents died, aunts, uncles passed, brothers, sisters passed. So it's like I really don't have many people. But those people that are left, Jackie, you have to cherish. And there's ones that who have passed. If you were fortunate enough to know them, now you carry their mentality through you. You cherish those stories that the memories that you made with those people. So I lost a lot of aunts and uncles over the years. It sucks. It leaves a void, but then that's when you bring back the memories of it all. Like, hey, I remember when me and such did this, or aunt such and such did this, or I went here with uncle such and such. I mean, this all ties in together about keeping those memories alive, that person's life alive. And that's like going back to what we had started the night with. Like, I'm trying to make amends with those people I've pissed off in life. Because you just never know how much longer you're going to have with that person in your life. I only have my brothers, no aunts and uncles, parents and grandparents. Yeah, I mean, as we get older, it makes it harder. Absolutely. Because we know we're getting older, those people are getting older. So we just cherish them. That's why, like, family is so important. And we tell people all the time, especially with here on the show, like, hey, life comes before this show. So if you have something that you got to do with the family or your family needs you, take the night. People don't even need to stop and chat. Like, be there for your family. Like, people apologize all the time. Oh, sorry I missed last night's show. Something came up. It happens. You're living your life. We can't predict what happens in our life. We have to just live our lives every day for what they give us, good, bad, indifferent, so forth. So, I mean, just a sister. I mean, I can immediate family. I have my mom, my dad, my grandmother, my 3 sisters that I barely even really talk to. And they have their kids. So I have my nieces and nephews. Um, my mom's mom, my grandmother, and I have an extended family. So I have aunts and uncles that I call aunt and uncle because when you're a kid, again, like no matter what side of the family, like my dad may not be my blood dad, but like I've known all his friends most of my life. And when you're little, they say, "Hey, that's your aunt, that's your uncle." So you basically adopt into a bigger family. So you're like, "Okay, hi uncle, hi aunt." And to this day, 38 years old, I'll see my dad's best friend, and the mind goes, "Hey, that's your uncle Mick. That's your dad's best friend." That spawns extended family. Yes, I mean we have an extended family here on the basement show. From the people that join us in the studio to the ones that join us in chat. Like I feel because most streamers will say, "Oh, my community." I don't look at it that way. I look at you guys as my family because you guys have been here long enough so that you guys are considered your family now. My father, my mother, and her mother died all in the same year. That's horrible. Lori, more power and strength to you to get yourself through that. That is, oh my, wow. Like, how do you even, how do you even sum that up into words? My father, my mother, and her mother died in all in the same. Lori, like how? How do you? I got okay. I'm asking this question directly for Lori because it's based off this comment. Okay, how do you physically go on? How do you get yourself through something like this? Like that is horrible. Like how? How did you? Like how do you press on from that? Like that's too much grief in one year for a normal human being. Not to be funny, but the funeral director was like, "You're here again," because I was shocked. That's not like that's a more shock question if anything. Like, holy shit! Like, weren't you just here? So I want to know how Lori physically got through this year because that is one shitty year. I'm not gonna lie. One thing I hate saying is I only have three brothers and one sister when it was always four brothers and two sisters, and it always will be Spawn. It always will be. Okay, you always will have four brothers and two sisters, no matter what. Very, very difficult to process, but that's the truth. Yeah, I mean, like Jackie said, you're an incredibly strong woman. I wouldn't be able to do it. Now, Louis, I'm not trying to be mean, so you don't have to answer this if you don't want to. Please don't feel obligated. Like, were they back to back to back? Like like one, then you had like 2 3 months, and then the other one, 1 2 3 months. Like, or were they more spread out? Like, were they one shot? I mean, because sometimes, like, unfortunately, there's some tragedies that sometimes we lose multiple people all in one shot. Like, I hate to bring it up, but look what happened in DC recently. Like, you had whole families on that flight. So a whole entire family is gone like that. And there's no bringing that family back, which makes it harder. So, like, I hope you had time to, like, grieve each individual one instead of having to grieve them all together because I couldn't do it. Like, if I was to lose my mom and dad and my grandmother all on the same day, I'd fall off a deep end. Good luck pulling me back the hell up because it's not going to happen for a while. So I at least hope you had a little bit of time. I wouldn't say prepare yourself, but like the say your goodbyes and stuff like that. I mean, I'm just curious. Again, you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but like three major deaths like that on you, no thanks. Ooh, Knuckles. I would have went crazy too. I mean, like I said, she's not obligated to answer if she doesn't want to, but like just three major deaths like that. No, my mom was in a coma. She died. My mom shortly died then after, heartbroken, and dad passed away a few months apart. Definitely heartbreaking situation. I could see your grandmother having a broken heart, losing her daughter. I mean, I completely understand that, but like, you're saying only a few months apart, though. Like, that's still way too much. Way too much on one person in that short amount of time. No thanks. I mean, she's commenting back to Core's comment because I'm looking on my phone, and I am crazy. Trust me. I mean, You're crazy, but you're incredibly strong. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't do it. So, Lori, hats off to you. Sending your strength. I mean, that's just absolutely brutal. Sorry. Let's try to get this soda down tonight without choking myself. Because anyone who watched last Wednesday knows it was a totally crazy night. But no, that's just way too much to process in a short amount of time. I'll take a hard pass. But like even like the whole thing with AJ and Hope, I mean that was hard to process. No Dr. Pepper, nope. I am drinking a Pepsi. Pepsi. Well, I appreciate you guys. If I was much younger, if I was older, that would probably have killed me too. Yeah. But even still, part of you died. Knowing the fact that you lost that many family members in a short amount of time, it doesn't get easy. It never will. You could be old, young. Losing family sucks. And it's a pain and grief that will never go away. Just like Alan and Shannon with the kids, yes. Like Spawn losing brother and Sissy. Brandon and Alex. I mean, losing your younger sibling way before their time, it doesn't get any easier. So you could be younger and have all that happen, sure, but now that void's always going to be a part of your life because you don't know how to react to it. So I mean, there's no age, no life that will ever say, "Hey, like I can accept this." Dr. Pepper has a blackberry flavor. Sorry, I'm not a fan of blackberry. I can tolerate it, but blackberry Dr. Pepper, I'll pass. Lori, tell me how it is. Hmm. Jackie says she tried it. It was awful. Did you like it? Just the sounds of it? Nope. I will pass. Next, please. Now my desk is littered in Pepsi bottles. I've been drinking way too much Pepsi lately. But I have been also trying to drink more water every day, so. And Lori says she hasn't tried it. Well, Jackie's saying it was awful, but that's all I need to know. I'm not trying it yet. Oh, thank you. I just tried a new orange cream Coke. That sounds disgusting too. Ew. Ew. Bleh. Nope, nope, not it. Not it. No, sorry. Like, why are all these soda companies trying to change their recipes? Why? Like, I used to be able to drink so much regular cherry Coke, and now they added an extra syrup to it, and it's like, yeah. Give me a Pepsi or a Coke, call it a day. Like Sprite, they have that what is it? Like a black cherry Sprite out. Yeah. The worst one that came out was that damn Beetlejuice soda. What? What? Wait a minute. Beetlejuice soda. Beetlejuice soda. Jackie, what are you saying to me? Beetlejuice soda. Okay, I am looking this up. I used to like cherry Pepsi. Cherry Pepsi is not terrible, but what in the flying hell? Yeah, Crisco wasn't bad. Jackie, is this what it was? This is what they apparently call Beetlejuice soda. If you ask me, it looks like Boston in a bottle. Ugh. Yeah. No, thank you. Keep it to yourself. Love Beetlejuice, but no. I would buy it, empty it out, clean the bottle, and then keep the bottle. But that's just me. Ooh, here you go. Good debate question. I'm going for a smoke. Be right back. Bundle up. But before you leave, answer Gary's question so I can have a vote. Who likes Pepsi versus Coke? That's a good one, Gary. That's the debate. I can drink both. I mean, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to pick one or the other. Jackie says Pepsi. Smoke one for me. That's one vote for Pepsi. I mean, I go. I can drink either drink Pepsi or Pepsi. I can Pepsi or Coke. I can drink both. So you got two for both, one for Pepsi. I mean, they're the same thing. Well, I mean, the only difference is one has the cocoa beans in it. I can't drink much, but rather Pepsi and root beer. Okay, now smoking can cause freeze burn outside. Coke is a little harsher, but I drink both, but prefer Pepsi. I mean, everyone has their choice. Okay, everyone has their likes, their dislikes. I mean, I know Miss Grimm's a big Pepsi drinker. Grimm used to be a big Pepsi drinker. Now all that man drinks is water, which is probably what I need to drink more of. Oh, Andy talking about that. That's interesting. Yeah, Louis asking what? I mean, I think he's being a wise guy, Louis. I really do. Gary's known to bust chops once in a while. So I wouldn't mind any mind to him. I just drink Sprite. Sprite's another good one. Sprite, Brooks Root Beer, A&W Root Beer. I can't drink Mountain Dew. I hate Mountain Dew. Silly guy. I like root beer. Yeah, root beer is good. Me and Miss Grimm both are guilty of being Bruce obsessions. Bruce beer is okay. Okay, now I'm going to address this comment real quick. Bruce beer is good, sort of. I can't drink Butch beer out of a 2 liter. For some reason, whenever you get a 2 liter of Butch beer, it just tastes god awful. Now, if you go to a cheesesteak place, get a nice Philly cheesesteak and a Butch beer, that's when it's good. You have to get the Butch beer off the tap. You cannot drink Butch beer out of a can or out of a 2 liter because it tastes completely different rather than if you get it out of a soda machine itself. That is the only time I will drink Butch beer is if I can get it from a fountain soda. True story, and I'm sticking to it. Of course, says he likes Butch beer too. I'm not saying I don't like it. I just can't drink it out of a can or out of a 2 liter. It has to be fountain soda. I don't know what it is. It just has that sweeter taste to it coming out of a little hose than it does coming out of a bottle. I think fountain tastes better than can and bottle anything. Yeah, because that's true because it has that liquid, a liquid syrup base to it. Okay, cool. You lost me on this one. I'm sorry. I'm gonna call you out. Pineapple and grape soda, really? Pineapple of all flavors. It's like I can't drink canned beer or any bottled beer. I don't drink anymore, so I don't drink any beer whatsoever. But sorry, Cora, calling you out. That is disgusting. Pineapple soda, really? Yuck. Like you see people buy those Korea sodas and stuff all the time, like grape drink. But pineapple? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. 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 How about no? No. Nope. No, no. Grape soda is not bad, but pineapple, nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. How about orange soda? Kel likes orange soda. I do, I do, I do. Sorry. That was a flashback moment to Keenan and Kel. If anyone's ever watched it, I highly recommend it. Who loves orange soda? Kel loves orange soda. Try it, you might like it. I have drank grape soda before. I would not drink pineapple. Nope. No. No. I get 6 people in chat on a Tuesday night. You guys are awesome. That was the show. Yes. Kenny and Kel. Ah, there it goes. No, that was all of that. Who loves orange soda? Kel loves orange soda. I do, I do, I do. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Jackie, just for you. I'll wait for this to pull up in Facebook. I know we have that little bit of a delay, but here you go, just for you.
Lately, who loves orange soda? Kel loves orange soda. Is it true? Is it true? Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, it's true. Ooh.
I do. Yeah, there was something wrong with that man. I also like vanilla cream soda. Vanilla cream soda is not bad. I have drank that in the past, so that's not bad. And Jackie's laughing. Well, good. I am glad Jackie found that humorous. I just probably got hit with a copyright, but that's okay. I mean, Saturday Night Nickelodeon was always out of control back when we were growing up. I mean, kind of miss it. Back in my day, I mean, jeez Louise. Ay. Wow, we almost an hour and 40 minutes into it. You guys are freaking amazing tonight. I mean, back in my day, we had actually talked about doing that on a weekly basis, like trying to do like a throwback Thursday type theme show, but people said it would get annoying after a while. So I don't know. Maybe we'll think something up. I know I have a meeting sometime this week with Mr. Grimm. We're gonna try to get some things straightened out with the show, try to move forward with some stuff, but Gary's clapping. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Unless Grimm's deciding to fire me. Who knows? He might be doing that too. The man who created the show is getting fired? No! So let's see. Let's do I hear stories from my dad. Back in his day, they walked to school in 6 feet of snow. Up and down the mountain we went, back and forth in 6 feet of snow. Back in my day. Let's see, hold on. Now I'm going to be kind of curious. Hold on, let's see, hold on. Let's see. Funny is... Let's see. Let's see if I can find a list of these. Let's see. Cool if I see you more, Troy. Yes. Make sure you keep an eye on your post, Troy. Just all I will say. But let's see. Cool if I remember this one. Back in my day, I could go to the store with $1 and come back with a bag of chips and a comic book. Now they've got cameras. Back in my day, we were running shoes and shorts just tried our best, but I showed up to a 3K and all the people were in hoods and robes and they were all super unpleasant. Oh, Lord. Yeah, boy, back in the day, we used to drink weeks straight. Boy, had the tides turned. Back in my day, you could walk into a convenience store with a nickel and get 3 licorice sticks and some soda. Now, CCTV cameras are everywhere. These are all the same. Boo. Lame. I wish we had penny candy. I remember penny candy. Remember back in the day when your TV wouldn't work, you banged it a few times? I remember you had to mess with the TV antenna and all that fun, crazy stuff with the TV back in the day. Back in the day, we didn't have Google, but we had a drunk uncle. I'm not going to read that one. Nope, nope, nope. Jackie had said that when we walked to school uphill both ways back in my day. Do people still have landlines? Actually, yes. If you have Xfinity you get a AAA package, you can get a landline number still. Yes. So people still have landlines. Yeah, the old days were much more simpler. Old days were much more simpler than they are nowadays. Everybody got along. It wasn't this, that, or that. That's a grim joke. I'm not gonna say that one out loud, but Grim would approve of that one. I had a landline with Xfinity, but never used it. Thinking about it again in case of emergency. Yeah, and that's what you do. I mean, they always say, "Oh, get the triple play or save money," and you had a landline number, but a lot of us never used it. Like I had a landline number in my apartment. I actually bought a phone for it, and people would sometimes call it just so they would be able to talk to me. I mean, if you ask me, these little handheld devices we call phones, they're the devil. They are the devil. They are the devil. Again, Jackie's laughing at me. I hate cell phones. I wouldn't say I hate them. More along of the fact, you know what ruined this generation, and I shouldn't say this because we're on it, but social media is what killed this generation. I mean, but social media is what really hindered people today. You know, no, I'm not. I know I'm not lying, and that's the sad part is the fact that social media is such a major influence on people's lives that you have to do what you do, and it's not. It's crazy to think about. Like before you had social media, you actually went out and did something. You hopped on a bike, went for a bike ride, or you went to a friend's house, or you made plans. That, like you had to make physical plans to do something. Like you just didn't say, "Hey, text me this," or "Text me when you want to do this." Like you actually had to physically get up off your ass and go find that person. I mean, and I miss it. You want to hear something insane? Myself? Sure, go ahead. Try it, Louis. Skating rink on the weekends. Oh boy. Oh boy. But good evening, brother. How are you doing, my friend? I am doing well, Curtis. How are you doing tonight, sir? Nice of you to see us. Jump in and say hello. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. But I am waiting to hear something insane from Miss Lori. So we had it much better when we were kids. Woke me up. You said bike ride. Gary. Bicycle. Doing good. Very excited for the new Fortnite season on Friday. Yes, it should be we should have a lot of fun. I will be able to jump on for a little bit with you guys on Friday, but I do have something I gotta take care of Friday afternoon. But I will be on Friday morning playing with you guys for a little bit. I'll make sure my system updates itself overnight so I am ready to go. But Lori said she has something insane for us. Did Lori fall asleep? Lori! Get on your bike and ride at 25 degrees? No, thank you! Nope, not it. I mean, it's probably cold up by where Curtis is right now, so 25 is actually nice here. You should take advantage of that. We have a pretty good squad. Me, you, Ice, and absolutely. We have a lot of fun. Okay, going back to the funeral director, I went to pay off my dad's funeral and gave the last check to the man. It was Zale's father. I gave the check to. The next day, he passed away. Oh, my Lord. Yeah. Wow. Lord, it's tragic. How? Negative 35 with the wind chill. There you go. There, try riding the bike in that temperature, sir. You might be. You might be, Lori. You might be cursed, Lori. I hate to tell you, but riding a bike in that get your windburn, you will look like that scene in Dumb and Dumber when they were riding the scooter frozen together. Yep. Sad to say, Mr. Ness, I had to replace my screen painting. That is no fun. Sorry to hear that, Spawn. Yeah, Louis asking Curtis where he's at. He is up in Canada. You have been through hell and back. That is the dead honest truth. Yes, Curtis is up in the great north. The great north. He's kind of up. Well, no, wait a minute. No, just the town we did on the travel show one night is actually more farther north than Curtis is, but Curtis is up there. Louis says she's in Vermont. It might actually be warmer where you're at, Louis, compared to Curtis. I mean, I know they go by Celsius and not Fahrenheit because we always tell them to translate it for us. Hey, I got a badge. Anything beats what we did on the travel show? Yeah, I mean, that is true. What was it? Yes, that was the northernmost town in Alaska. Yes. That was Barrow, Alaska. Then last week we did Germany, and this week we were doing a small little town in Puerto Rico. But I will touch base on that before we wrap up. So just so everybody knows, I did make a post about it earlier as well. But like I said, I will go over that before we do close out shop for tonight. Because our closeout is actually really easy now. If anyone was in the show last night, I got bored. I made a video to help with our closeout. Ooh, I'll be there for that. Yes. See. But actually, if you guys want, I will run that closeout video now. I'm not saying it's good nights or anything, but we can run that video now if people want to see it that missed it last night who would want to see it. But we want to end the show right away. So if you guys want, sit tight and I can play it for you. That's up to you guys in chat, though. If not, we'll go a little bit longer before we do it. It's just basically a video to help with the closeout because it is a lot. Jackie says run it. Yes, ma'am. Run away, ma'am. All right. Don't go anywhere. I will be back in a jiffy and let me know what you think. It's a cool little video. Be right back. There you go. That will be our closeout video from here on out. We will change it as we need to, but it just makes things a lot more simpler when you're closing out a show. Rather than trying to explain all of it, we figured it was just easier to do something like that. That sums up the whole entire closeout all into one video. And we do save the one special hashtag for the very end because it is the hardest one to talk about. It went a little fast. Where are you going? I'm hopeful that I will be going out to Astoria, Oregon, the beginning of June to celebrate the Goonies' 40th anniversary. Astoria is where the movie was filmed. So I hope to be out there for the 40th anniversary of the Goonies and just partake in it. So, but that's it. It's not definite yet. I gotta check the finances and stuff like that. It's just that is the ultimate goal of mine is to be out there for the 40th anniversary. So I mean, it'll be a pricey trip, but one I'm hoping to make. I just gotta get a couple of things in line first. I still have March, April, May, June. I still got about 4 months. So fingers crossed that I can make it happen. It would be a dream come true. There would be a lot of pop-up shows coming up out of it and stuff like that. So fingers crossed. Because, like I said, it's a very expensive trip for one person to make between the hotel, car rental, and flight. But I'm hopeful I can make it happen. Even though I am extremely upset that they decided to say, hey, we're going to make a Goonies 2. Yes, I said that right. They were making a sequel to the Goonies. Ugh. But that is... I do too. I mean, it's a trip I've really been looking forward to. Just got to make sure the finances line up. I mean, living by yourself can be very tough, especially in the state of New Jersey. So we shall see. But fingers crossed. I'm putting it to you that way. But yeah, I figured doing a little closeout video like that would be a lot easier to help close out the shows at night because how much we do cover in that short amount of time. So instead of trying to break everything down separately, like, let me just make a video and it'll be a lot easier. So, I mean, I'm glad everybody liked it. We'll always add to it because we're always changing shows and stuff. And I did make a post on the Basement Show page that if you go back after the show and check it out, you'll see it. So normally Wednesday nights we do Traveling Adventures with Mr. Nass at 7, and then right after that we will do Entertainment Night. Well, tomorrow night I actually had to switch my days around at work, so I am working 11:30 to 8 tomorrow, then off Thursday now because they want to screw up our delivery schedule. So with that being said, tomorrow night I'm only going to run Entertainment Night. Now probably be like an 8:45, 9 o'clock start. We're going to hopefully continue our deal or no deal tournament. So if you haven't done so already, if you want to join it, reach out to me, let me know. If not, we can find something else to do tomorrow night and have some more fun. And Thursday, we will do our Traveling with Adventures show with Mr. Ness at 7. And then right after that, we will do Turnbuckle Thursdays. So there will be only one show tomorrow night and 2 on Thursday now. Just as for this week. So, but like we always say, stay tuned to our post. You never know what's changing, what might drop out, what we might add, new show, stuff like that. So, it's great. Thank you, Lori. Appreciate it. But no, there's a lot of stuff that people don't see, like that I personally do behind the scenes. I mean, last night I wasn't on camera at all. You had Spawn's Corner for about roughly hour 15, hour and 20 last night. And then the Grimms kicked her out of the studio and they took over the night and they went another almost 2 hours. That whole time I'm sitting behind off camera in the studio working on things. So like I'm constantly trying to make the show more enjoyable for all you to join. We appreciate everyone who does support the show. We want more people to come in and show us the love and support as well. So that's where that whole 2025 challenge comes into play, where we tell you to invite 5 of your friends to check it out. So rather you share the show out or you share our post out for the day. Just so that way people, hey, the Basement Show, let me check this out. They look at it and then maybe they like it. And then we tell you to tell them to invite 5 of their friends. It's just it's like a recycling process. It's over and over and over. But when you're doing shows like we do, like you want those people in chat. Like we know who we can rely on in our chat. Like I always know Gary's gonna stop in, Cora, Lori, Spawn, Gary, Curtis stops in a lot. My friend Valerie, she'll swing in from time to time, but like it's all good and gravy, but like we want more. Like we're hungry to build this more. Like so we always say like the word of mouth is the biggest thing that we can ask for you guys is just help us get the name out there. Tell people what the Basement Show is. I'm telling you, someday you're going to be a director. Who knows? I mean, you got to take the baby. You got to learn to crawl before you can walk and walk before you can run. Right now, I'm still in that crawling to walking stage. So I feel like I'm growing as a person. But I'm not ready to take off just yet. Like, I'm still learning that walking stage. Like, everything you see, like, from the backgrounds to the videos, to being sitting in front of a camera, talking on a mic, that's still all new to me. Like, all the videos that you guys see on a nightly basis, for like intros, outros, that closeout video, all the promotions that we run, like, this is all stuff I've self-taught myself. And I am very proud of myself. Because I was talking to him last night after the show. This past Saturday, the 15th, was actually 30 months since we went live for the very first time. I don't know if he's still in here or not, but Curtis was an OG. He was here opening night. So he can tell you firsthand, like, how much night and day we've come with this show. Gary's been here since we pretty much started. I mean, you were passionate about, because you want to see something grow. Like, I mean, I always said, like, I know if Jackie's still here, I'm going to hear a rapid shit for this. I know I'm not the best looking guy. I sound funny, I look funny sometimes, but like just being able to do this show on a nightly basis has helped me so much as a person grow. I mean, Miss Grimm can tell you, I was always that person who hid. I didn't want to be on camera. I didn't want to talk to people in front of a group of people. I didn't want to be a leader. I always just followed along. I was a follower more than I was a leader. So like doing this now for 2.5 years, leading shows, being the face of a show. I mean, after all, that last name is mine. I'm not trying to shoot everyone down who has helped me with it. But like that Mr. Nest is who I am. So having Rev Grimm, Mrs. Grimm, Spawn, back in the day we had Morgan help us, Ron Tessie, Mike Russo, Andrea, my friend Sam, and then all the people who have jumped in the studio. Jackie was a host at one point here in the basement show. Like, I mean, it's just you direct these people because you want to see success. Like you want to see yourself grow as a person. And honestly, I feel as a person since August of 2022, I have grown into that person. I have grown that mold. I've developed a whole new personality I never knew I had. Because like it's easy, like you could just easily just do a talk show like this, talk off camera, but no one ever sees your face. Like, this is how like a normal podcast would be. Like you would just be pre-recording and talking off camera. But instead, no. I show my face. We do it a different way. We like to interact with everybody. We want to keep growing this. We want to keep getting new people in here. So I mean, 30 months has gone by. I mean, it really has. 30 months of doing this has felt like it's just a day. And like, I'm super thankful every single night that I do have people that help me with it. And then other ones who go back and rewatch these shows. Like, it's just a dream come true. I mean, true, during the pandemic, everybody was starting podcasts. There's thousands of podcasts out there. People may take your ideas. They may want to spin it off and do their own thing. But, like, you know where originally it came from. And that's what drives your passion about it. Like Lori's saying, you're passionate about it. And that's why I stick up for myself. Yeah, maybe I might have came up with an idea similar to something else, but like then you see somebody else try to do it and think, oh, I'm just going to have the same success they have because that's what they do. It doesn't work that way. You have to put your own spin on things. You can't just say, hey, I'm going to do the exact same thing this guy is doing and hope for the best because you will fail. There's no originality in that. So yeah, there's other people who do movie nights and stuff like that. But like when you put your twist on it, you put your touch on it. Like I'm sure there's plenty of podcasts that have a memorial show on their channel that is dedicated to somebody. So I'm sure there's another show out there that says Memories of, and it's a different title. But when you have Memories of Drago and Tink, like you're putting your spin on it. You're expressing memories about a certain somebody. So it is now your concept. Or people may say, hey, I'm gonna do it with like a sports show. Like my friend Richie Hicks, he does the Richie Hicks Sports Podcast. That is the name of his show. Now, when we had a sports show on ours, it was like Sports Gladiators or Sports Roundup. It was my twist on it. And that's why like I defend this show tooth and nail. Because yeah, it may be a different title, but it's my original content. So like people know I get pissed off and shit. Because it's like, okay, I've taken the time to put my spin on this, but now you're gonna just take my idea, change the title, but it's gonna be the same show. and that's not right. So, like, that's the passionate side of me that comes out because, like, I see where I've come from day one, where I've come from. From, like I said, making videos, intros, outros, making banners, the backgrounds and stuff. So, like, you see someone just trying to mimic that, of course, you're going to get pissed off. So, I was like, it's just a passion about self growth. And I'm going to continue that self growth. And with all you in chat, you are going to help us with that as well. Like, Grimm's the longest tenured one who's been doing shows for 13 years. Yeah, I was sporadic back in the day, sure. But, like, to see the growth of Miss Grimm, who jumped in with us one night just to hang out. Now she's an every show host. Spawn. She's the same thing. Like, you take the time to mold people who want to learn. Like, that's why I give credit to Spawn and Miss Grimm for doing this. I mean, sure, anybody can run a podcast. But when you're not used to being in front of people is what makes it different. Because, like I said, normal podcasts, they're not live, they're not interacting with people in the chat, they're just talking amongst themselves. Yeah, you can get views that way, sure. But that's where I figured the basement show might be a little bit different because let's go live with it. Let's have a live chat as we're doing it. So then we can talk about something, but then we can see what the chat says about it. And that's why I feel something like this, 38 months later, can still grow. And that's where all you come into play. Help us grow. Help us get that name out there. Make the basement show a household name. And that's why we ask you guys every single night, hey, share a post out. Tell people about it. Bring new people in. Because we always want new people to come in and check out our shows. And we want them to come in when we're live, say, hey, I heard about your show. I wanted to come in and see this myself. And we can welcome in with open arms. They are now part of a family. And I look at all you as a family to me. Because you allow me to entertain all you guys. Like host Ron Tessie back in the day. His wife used to watch the show on a 60-inch TV. Imagine that. Seeing yourself on a 60-inch TV in someone's living room because they took the time and day to come in and show your show support. That is awesome. That's where the passion comes from. It's the people that take the time out of their day to come in, night out, to support our shows. So because of all of you, yes, I'm pointing at my camera, all of you who make me as passionate as I am about this. Doesn't matter what it looks like. You look like what's inside your heart. Absolutely. Don't ever knock yourself. You have grown and accomplished so much. And I'm still trying. I am still growing. I am still trying to accomplish much, much more. So the growth is not done yet. I am telling you right now, the growth is not done yet. Not by a long shot. I can promise you that. You're the best. Thank you, Corey. That's right. Talk your shit, baby. Clap. I wish I could be like you. Corey, anyone could do this. It's all about overcoming your fears. I was petrified, but beyond belief, the first time I ever went live on this. I was a nervous wreck, didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But then you take the time, you grow, you evolve yourself, you become better at yourself, you teach yourself the secrets. So anyone can do this. It's not like they would say, "Oh, it's not for me. It's not for me." You don't know till you try it. You can't knock something till you try it. And I said the same thing. I was like, "Oh, this isn't gonna last. This is gonna fizzle out. I'm not gonna want to do this after a while." Now look at me. 30 months later, and I'm still here. So I'll do it for all you guys in chat. There were 6 people. I will pat myself on the back and say, job well done. You do it with love. We all do it. We all do these shows with love because we love the fact that we have people that will come in and night out to show us the support we so heartily deserve, appreciate. There's no words that can really sum it up any better than that. Never let anyone get you out of character. You're the man. Thank you, Jackie. Appreciate that. But it's just, you guys make doing these shows so much easier. And yes, do we maybe do a little too much sometimes? Sure. But night in, night out, we know who's going to be in our chat, who's going to stop by, say hi. So we just continue to ask you guys to help us grow. Plant those seedlings. That's what I would say. Share the show out. Put it on your page. If you see that we're running a show that night, drop that promotion on your page. Say, hey, come check out my friends. I mean, that's all we get. Well, that's all we ask for. It's word of mouth, it's word association. It just allows us to continue our growth, welcoming new people in every single day, any way we can. Because that's why I love this the saying I have for this. There's a show for everyone. Where you might not want to sit and listen to people grieve about stuff, or so you might like Deal or No Deal, or you might like the sarcastic jokes. You might like wrestling. You just may want something to do. Like, I know Jackie says a lot. It's like, hey, is there a show tonight? Like, I need something to do. Like, I need something to watch. And even if we're not live, there's a full library on the Basement Show page going back to day one. There's over 530 shows from August 2022 up to this one tonight that you can go back and watch. And if you took the time to actually go back and click on some of those old ones, you can see how much we have evolved and continue to grow to make this show what it is today. Doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight, but it allows us to better ourselves on a night in, night out basis. But if you remember the closeout video, they said there is one more special hashtag we have to cover. May throw it in the video, may not. I haven't decided yet. But the last one is always the hardest one for the night. And that is hashtag justice for AJ and Hope. Who this show is dedicated to, Drago and Tink. We always save this one for last because it is the hardest one to come up with words to what to say. We miss them deeply and dearly every single day. We wish they were here. They should still both be here. So we just ask that if you see this, that you tell the story. Let people know who they are, as they are missed every single day. And it's just, like I always say, they're always loved, they're always missed, they're never forgotten. Because it's the truth. So this basically just keeps their story alive, lets people know who they were, and it shows the Grimms a lot of support in this time of need, because the times are going to get tough. It always gets tougher before it gets easy. And I just know that they're going to need us full pledge in the next couple months, coming years. So just, if you see this, tell the story. Keep the kids' names alive. Don't let people ever forget who AJ and Hope were. I know I won't. Uncle Johnny's, if Spawn's still in chat, Sissy, Mom, Dad, Cousin Cora. I mean, the kids had a big extended family and they were missed every single day. That's why we take the time out to honor them any way we can. But with the show named after members of Drago and Tink, just it's all about telling the story. And that's what hashtag Justice for AJ and Hope is. It's telling their story. Telling people who they were, what kind of kids they were. They were great kids. So just please, if you see this, put it on your page. Drop it in chat. Just keep it alive. Keep telling people who they were, on a nightly basis. But that's just a simple hashtag justice for AJ and Hope. So, like I said, always the hardest one to do at night because you don't know what words to say and how to say it. Corey says, yes, please share it. Absolutely. Please share it. Tell the story. But 2 hours and 16 minutes. Man, I went on a little tirade. I apologize about that. Oh, but tonight was a good one. Tonight was a very heartfelt conversation like it always is. And then we had some fun. Got the backstory of Mr. Ness a little bit. Beautifully said. Thank you, Jackie. But no, it's just I look forward to this because it gives me something to do. I mean, I shouldn't say it like that, but like doing these shows night in night out, like it motivates me. I mean, one day, hopefully, I am fortunate enough to find somebody for myself, find another relationship, move past what happened with my ex. But like, till then, like doing these shows night in night out, it gives me something to do. It gives me something to look forward to. I mean, I just love like people say, "Oh, you're gonna burn yourself out. You do way too much." Really. Not if you're passionate about what you're doing. You only get burned out if you aren't having fun what you're doing. I can honestly, wholeheartedly say I enjoy what I do night in night out because you guys make it worthwhile. So please just continue to help build this show. Let's get some more people in here. Let's aim one night to have 15 people in chat. If we can eclipse having 15 people, 20 people in chat, I will call it success. So that's my goal. I'm giving everyone 1 week. So on this show next Tuesday, I want to see that little eyeball in my top left-hand corner saying 15 people. So tell people about it. Even if they just stop in and say hi. That way we can give them the love, the appreciation that they deserve for stopping in and showing us love. Because that's what you guys do on night in, night out basis. That's what I try to give all of you. I give you guys all my heart every single night. Can I share the show and make a post about it? Absolutely. Please do. Hell, you can even tag me in it if you want to. That is up to you, though. People may say, Johnny Nash, like, what the fuck's he doing? Like, it might turn them off knowing that it's me, but hey, that's okay. I can't please everybody. I know you've been working on it, Corey, and I appreciate it. But it's not all just on one person. It's all of us. All of us can make that little bit of a difference night in, night out. But that, like I said, I'm going to do my little final spiel, give my final thank yous, and I'm going to head the hell out of here. Let you guys get off as well because it's going on 10 of 11. I'm sure everyone's tired of me by now because I've been live for over 2 hours and 20 minutes. So, but like tonight, we had Curtis, myself, Gary, Cora, and Troy. And at heart, we had Lori, Jackie, and Valerie. Thank you guys all for the reactions. That is awesome to see. 7 different reactions. I'm not telling myself, but that's absolutely amazing. And then the guys, the lovely people in the chat who always make our shows that much better. Lori, Cora, Jackie, my friend Valerie was here, Curtis, Spawn, Gary, Miss Grimm stopped in. I hope their food coma doesn't last too long. Curtis, who else do we have? Mr. Evans. Let's see, who else? I know I'm probably missing someone. Spawn, Gary. Like I said, Miss Grimm stopped in. My friend Valerie. I mean, awesome show tonight. I mean, I can't thank you guys enough for your love and support every single night. The game guy. Yes, Curtis. But it's just amazing. I mean, night in, night out, I always try to say, like, you can only live your life for what you see what's in front of you. Don't let anyone depict on what you choose to do with your life. Only you see what's in front of you. Nobody else sees what's in your life other than yourself. So, I mean, just keep pressing forward. Keep moving forward. Love everyone. Don't hate nobody. Stay safe. Stay warm. Grim always says, don't take any shit. Because you shouldn't. Don't take any shit from anybody. You gotta walk through hell. Walk through like you own the place. My favorite saying. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Yeah, that's the truth. Never turn your shoulder on somebody who's asking for help. But other than that, you guys again have all been absolutely amazing tonight. Remember, there's only one show tomorrow night. We will be doing entertainment night, probably around like 8:45, 9 o'clock tomorrow night. And then Thursday night, you will get Traveling Adventures with Mr. Ness. We are going to Puerto Rico on Thursday night. And then we have Turnbuckle Thursdays on Thursday as well. But other than that, thank you guys all so much. I love each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. For myself, Rev Grim, Miss Grim, The Spawn. We thank you all for supporting our shows every night. And I will catch you on the next one. Have a good rest of your evening. Good night.